Hi guys, on this job I'm going to be removing the beautiful Vaillant. This one is, I believe, let me take the cover off and see how old it is. It's got a couple of stickers. I can see one that says 2013, but I am pretty certain it's older than that. Definitely older, so let's find out by getting the cover off. A bit of a ball ache, but it's off. This one is from 2001, so 20 years old. The serial number is from, so obviously the serial number is 0100, which means 2001 model. So obviously off with one Vaillant and back on with a new Vaillant. This is a 22 kilowatt boiler. So I'm going to be replacing it with a 24 kilowatt boiler, so a bit more powerful, a bit more oomph on the hot water, and obviously a lot more smaller in size. I'm going to get rid of the expansion vessel, so the red expansion vessel down here obviously is overkill for a property of this size. It's only got 1, 2, 3, I think about 4 radiators, and so therefore the built-in 10 litre expansion vessel should be more than sufficient for the property. Well, we know it is going to be sufficient. So yeah, let's get on with it. So right now I'm just draining the boiler down and I'm just emptying it down the drain pipe where the condense was. That's done. Right, so now to open up these joints. That's that done, that's that done. And now time for coffee. Yep. Gives you some really good tasting coffee, that's for sure. So yeah, if I'm not wrong, you can see 0137. I'm 99% certain this is year 2001, week 37, and it's lasted 20 years. So flue's taken off as well. Wow. Okay, so much mess on top of the boiler. And done. Bastard. Right. Whew. And there we have it, kids. Fucking bastard. So much debris above the boiler. Nevertheless, I'm a little puffed. Do you have a dustpan and brush? So what I wanted to do was reuse the same bracket, but that ain't gonna happen. So therefore, I'll just reuse the same holes instead and hang the new bracket on the same holes. So everybody's a winner, baby. So yeah, shout out to Unilight again. It's amazing that right now I've got it plugged in on charge and I'm able to use the light as well, because obviously I didn't charge it last night, but I'm able to now keep my work site lit up whilst having it on charge. I was trying to be cheeky and reuse the same bracket, but the old bracket on the Vaillant boiler is slightly wider than the new one, and it would have obstructed. So the boiler has a bit of a belly on the back, and as you can see, this one and this one. So there's the old one, so you can see it's about, what, over 2 inches, just shy of 3 inches narrower than the new one. So cheeky old me couldn't reuse the bracket, which isn't too much of a problem. I was obviously just trying to be lazy. As you all know I am. I'm the guy in the office that you give the awkward job to do because he will find the easiest way to do it. That's just the kind of guy I am. And I'm going to reuse the same screws that were holding the old boiler up because they're still in great condition. And I think they're the stainless steel version. And also, it held the old boiler up, which was heavier. So if it held that boiler up, I'm sure as hell it will hold the new boiler up. And by changing the bracket, what this gives me is a bit more flexibility to slide the boiler around a little bit, because I want to make sure that I can get the front panel off when I want to do this, when I come to do servicing and repairs. Not so much repairs, but service. We don't fit Vaillants to have to come back and repair them too often. We fit Vaillants because we want to just service them. As I like to say, righty-tighty. And let's hang this beautiful baby up. Whew! And there we have it. Oh, all you lovely Vaillant fanboys out there like me. Look at that. Another beauty on the wall. I don't know if it's just me or does everybody else get excited when a new Vaillant Ecotec goes up on the wall. Maybe I should grow up, and get a new hobby. Let me catch my breath. Have I told you all before? I'm getting too old for this shit. And plus, the gyms are shut, so I can't even work on my guns. Yeah, this fucking COVID needs to come to an end. I need to get back at the gym, but now, as you can see, the boiler is on the wall and there's enough clearance, as you can tell, to easily get the door off. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's worked out really well. So now I'm just going to connect the flue back up, then pipe it up underneath. So we've obviously got, you know the drill, flow, hot, gas, cold is on that little inlet valve there, which I'll bring across. But actually, so the cold, for some peculiar reason, comes up there, then comes up the wall here, or this cupboard, and goes up into the loft space, possibly to a washing machine or something. But so far I've just isolated it from here so I could work on the boiler, as you can tell. But I'm going to go downstairs now to the mains, kill the water, open it up over here, and once I've opened it up here, I'll twist this T to the side this way and send the cold water around that way. This way, by doing that, as you can tell, the height we have now is enough for a washing machine to get in there. So the customer is planning to turn this room into a bathroom, and by doing that I'm going to help him out by moving that cold water pipe, and it frees up the space so that a washing machine can go in and have a cupboard built just around the boiler, and maybe even the washing machine. As you can see, he's got a bit of a window reveal, so he could probably build the cupboard out a little bit more, because obviously this is way too wide. It doesn't need to be this wide at all. So with a bit of planning, a decent cupboard could be made where a washing machine could fit in there with the boiler above it. And this washing machine tap was actually used to fill the boiler up, but I will fit this on this side so that in the future, it's future ready for a cold water tap for the washing machine. And then I've obviously got with me, as usual, like I said, I always fit a proper filling loop on all my installs, because why wouldn't you? So yeah, that goes there. And let's crack on. So now, as you guys know, that this is the unions we get to fit to the boiler. We don't get the isolation valves here in this country yet. Maybe one day. But the only thing I like about the isolation valves for the Ecotec, but I'm pretty sure that's for the Ecotec Plus. I'm 99% certain that in the UK, the Ecotec Classic or the Ecotec Pro doesn't come with the filling loop on the isolation valves. I'm sure it was only the Ecotec Plus. So again, the Ecotec Plus, it has its perks, but I prefer the Ecotec Classic, Ecotec Pro more over the Ecotec Plus, just because the Ecotec Plus in this country doesn't come with a built-in expansion vessel. So for me, I want the expansion vessel inside the boiler. I just don't see why you wouldn't, especially when it's the right size for the property. So therefore, I always fit a 24 or a 28 kilowatt Combi Vaillant Ecotec Classic most of the time, because they have an expansion vessel built inside it. And the only time I will keep the expansion vessel external is if there's more than 10 radiators on the property. But that's the hot, cold, flow return and the gas unions on. Done. Right, and now to tighten up the unions. So as usual, first connection I always do is the gas, get it out of the way, then go into a tightness test again. Okay, so that's there. And also let's go and get the pipe fittings out the van. Before I start, let's do the flue. And there we have it, flue's done. So air in, top one's flue, air out. So that's done. Yeah, looking good, eh? Looking good. And then down here, I've done the flow, hot, gas, cold and return unions. And they're going to come down there. So the gas needs a bit of a kick to there. I think they all need a bit of a kick to the left. But yeah, get in there, I love it. I genuinely do love it. And you know, the uni light is in a league of its own, so I'm going to plug it back in. So just here, as you can see, there's my USB connection, USB-C. This cable came with the light, and I'm going to plug it back in. I'm going to hang the light about here-ish somewhere, and plug it back in so I can work and see myself down here a bit better. But yeah, hope you're enjoying the video so far. So I've cut the return down a little, just so I can get my Spartic booster up there. So Spartic booster going in. So once I've done the gas, flow, return and hot, I will then tackle the cold water and move this pipe out the way. Steady baby. So now I'm just swinging the cold water to the right, like so. Done. That's it. And go and put the water back on, because I just killed the water to the building without telling anybody, because that's naughty me. But done. There you go. So guys, I'm done. Right, I will try my best to make this a decent video, but just to let you all know that the boiler's done, condensate, everything's finished. So I have to come back because I've got a V smart thermostat in my van, and that's what I brought with me. But the customer, I offered a Honeywell T6 thermostat, a wired version, you know, the hardwired one, because obviously hardwired, we know, is better than wireless. So I'm without a T6 in my van for the first time, but shit happens. So I'm gonna have to come back to fit a new thermostat. But for now, I've just wired up the existing thermostat to the boiler, and there you go, S2, any second now, S3 and S4, and we know the heating's working. Maybe if I press the light. There you go, ignition, firing up, boom, S4, heating mode, done. And I want to measure the flow rate at the tap and see what our flow rate is and what the temperature rise is, just to see that the boiler is working well. I know it is, because it's got obviously combustion correct, inlet working pressure is more than ample, 23 millibars. And yeah, as usual, it's a Vaillant install. They're going to be perfect and nice and easy. And if you're fitting anything else, you need to move over, just fit the Ecotec. You will never be disappointed. You can't go wrong. You've got a Weilo pump. On the Classic, like the Pro, it has the composite diverter valve. I've never seen one go on me here in Holland. Water quality is a lot better here. And yeah, that's all I can really say. And let's just go and measure the flow rate at the tap. And also, let's cover this beautiful baby up with its cover. And again, thank you, Unilight. So just to test the flow rates, I'd say it's got about actually 8 litres of hot water, 8 litres of cold water a minute. Right, so we're at 10 degrees on the cold water. Now when I put it to hot water, we've got 7 litres of hot water a minute. That's obviously what this tap can deliver. So that was 10 degrees. We're now at 30 degrees. Obviously the boiler is firing up, and the boiler is about 7 to 8 meters away from the tap. 40 degrees, so we've already got a 35-degree rise, as one would hope. 55 degrees and still rising. 7 to 8 liters of hot water a minute. .58 degrees and still rising slowly. Oh, 60 degrees almost, 59. 59 degrees. And this is why I choose the Ecotec over all other boilers. For a Combi, this is one of the best on flow rates, and this is actually the 24 kilowatt. So imagine what a 28 kilowatt would have done. Would have probably got you 2 liters of hot water or more a minute. But as you've noticed, the cold water coming in is already 8 liters. So therefore, it probably wouldn't have made any sense in having a 28 kilowatt boiler. 61 degrees. And now, obviously, if we increase the water flow rate with the cold water to 40 degrees, where we would like to shower, you now have 10 liters of water a minute. .45 degrees. Ample water for showering. So guys, I'm done for today. Boilers on the wall, all commissioned, all done, all working. I'll just have to come back and change the thermostat. But until next time, live long and prosper, and I will see you in the next video. Over and out.